Coach Jack Daniels of the Boxers Trainers Channel. And I realize that I'm like 15 minutes tardy, but this is a good tardy. You know what I mean? It's good because the reason why I'm tardy is because I've been like doing my exercises, man. You know, like 75 years old, man. I am not sure that I shouldn't be going down in the Guinness Book World Record for being the oldest active ex-boxer who still works out. You know what I mean? I mean, think about this. 75 years old. And I am doing some of the things that I did when I was working out, boxing, and doing this workout. You know what I mean? In the gym. At one time, I was simply a calisthenics man, right? Bars. My thing was the bars, right? Push-ups, dips, and pull-ups. That was my thing when I first got into really working out, right? And then I got around this cat. He was a weightlifter, right? And he was about a maybe I want to say what 400. He could hit 400 pounds, right? And mind you, he was relatively old at the time, right? They called, I don't really know his real name, but I called him Bolo, right? And he lifted a substantial amount of iron, and he knew after seeing me do what I do in the calisthenics scheme of things that I was a active advocate of, you know what I'm saying, treating your body like you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? So he actually came to me and said, "Man, why don't you start working out with me?" Right? Well, seriously speaking, the reason why he had to have people working out with him, and I don't want to think that was one of the reasons why he solicited to me, right? But he had to have somebody spot on that iron. You know what I mean? He couldn't just go out there and put 8 quarters, like 825 pound uh, um, weights on the bar and pull, right? As you do more repetitions, you pull like one or two or three until you get down. Well, for him, till you get down to maybe like I want to say five repetitions, 5 reps, not repetitions, 5 reps, right? And he had to have somebody come out there and pull the iron, right? But I enjoyed even lifting weights because it gave me a sense of discipline, right? All this is, and let me break this down to the boxers today. I see a lot of boxers out there today, and I keep making mention of this, right? Because I really believe in my heart that I'm telling y'all the right thing from the heart, right? And in hopes that some of y'all say, "Man, let me go get with this old man and see what he's talking about," because he sounds like he know what he's talking about. Man, look, check this out. If I say something to you when it comes to the body, right? When it comes to boxing, right? 9 times out of 10, for those that don't know me, right? If those that do know me, right, they know I'm telling the truth, right? Because they know I don't perpetrate fraud or um, intentionally lie, right? I can't stand a fabricator, a liar. You know what I mean? So if I say something to somebody that knows me, they can take that to the bank, and they know it. You know what I mean? So my point is that a lot of boxers today, right, professionals, you know what I mean? They have the work ethics, right, to be able to ascertain greatness, right? But they just don't have the on site, on site in the gym, right? Coaching staff available to them that takes them into to that area of greatness. You know what I'm saying? No, yeah, a lot of them cats that's boxing today, the professionals, right? They're good. They have again that work ethic, right? But they don't have um the coaching staff available to them that's going to push them. I'm talking about, man, check this out here, man. I said this a couple days ago, and I'm going to say it again. When I'm training somebody, right, I'm running the show, right? You do exactly what I tell you to do. And if you don't like it, you know what I'm saying? I'm your own guy. We don't, what I say to you in the gym, right, when I'm training you, it's not open for discussion, right? That is the only way, right, that a boxer can ascertain the type of discipline that I know I have. Man, I'm telling you, man, look here, 75 years and I'm still working out. You crazy? Who does that? You know what I'm saying? Same thing here, same thing in the gym, in the boxing gym, right? The same work ethic that you see today is the same work ethic that I have in the gym. You know what I'm saying? 75 years old and I'm cut. I'm cut. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say this, right? If I was doing this 30, 40 years ago, right, what was I doing then? I was actually about working out like maybe 10 times harder, right? I had a running routine. Let me show it to you. One day I was running. I was running in the snow, right? And it was cold as heck. And me, when it comes to being disciplined, I don't let none of that interfere with my discipline, right? I was running in the snow, right? I think I maybe had ran maybe like I want to say 6 miles, and then I felt something come up, right? And I heart, whoop, and it was a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, mucus, right? And I was like, I had never done that before because of the way that it came up. It was saying to my body that the work regimen that I was doing that particular day was so intense, right? That it broke away any negative particles that was in my system, right? I mean, that might sound a little harsh or nasty, but it's a fact, right? That's a hard. The point I'm trying to make is about discipline in that gym, man. You know what I'm saying? It's about work ethic. It's about wanting to be great, not good, but you know what I'm saying? And then it's about being great. If you boxing, especially, I reference to boxing because I was a boxer, right? And I believe that I was on the precipice of being great, right? But I made a foolish error. I wrecked my own boxing career, being a fool. You know what I'm saying? Chasing a darn dream, right? A fantasy, right? You know what I mean? I messed my career up. Right? The night that I was supposed to actually turn professional, had a bout in Reno, right? My first 4 rounder, right? Um, I was off somewhere making a fool of myself, right? And I'm saying that to say that that was one of the main reasons why I didn't become great. Simple as that. Let's talk to boxing, man. Check this out. Who is the IBF welterweight champion of the world? Anybody out there know? And oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. First, I need to make a correction, right? I'm in reference to Brian Norman Jr., right? And I see on the thumbnail, I reference him as WBO, right? No, I reference him as WBA. He is actually the WBO welterweight champion of the world, right? So a lot of gibber has been going on about the welterweight division, drawing Boots Ennis, unifying the division, and actually a lot of ducking has been a part of this subject matter when it came to Jerron Boots Ennis, right? A lot of people, including me, have asserted that Jerron Boots Ennis, the so-called phenom, has been ducking his opponents, right? And I don't particularly like smashing on Jerome Boots Ennis in this fashion, but I represent the truth, right? And the fact of the matter is you can't get around not alleging that ducked. Boots ducked on multiple occasions, if you really want to know the truth about it. He ducked for certain Virgil Ortiz. And I got a bunch of negative comments about my disposition about excuse me, Jerron Boots is ducking Virgil Ortiz. He ducked Virgil Ortiz. I mean, it was like an open shut case when it came to whether he ducked it. He ducked Virgil Ortiz. And when he ducked Virgil Ortiz, he was his conversation was, well, man, you know, like, I don't know whether I'm gonna stay in one. No, I don't know if I'm going to stay at 147. I'm thinking about going up to 154. And the allegations were that he knew that Virgil Ortiz couldn't make 147. You know what I mean? I hate to say that, and that's a cumbersome fact that Virgil Ortiz would say that he can't make he can't make 147, but he can make 154, right? If you box, if you're a boxer, you actually need to like think about that statement. You know what I mean? If you're a serious boxer, right? I can make 154. I used to be 147, but I can no longer make 147. So I have to move up to 154. Damn. I don't know about that, man. You know what I'm saying? There was no such thing. A champion develops a mindset. I'm going to make weight, right? For him, his weight was 147, but he somehow bloomed up, and now he's 154. He can no longer make 147. I wouldn't tell anybody that. That shows a lack of discipline, in my opinion, in reference to how I believe a boxer should stand, as opposed to the way the boxer stands today. And I keep again making reference to then when I was boxing and today when these cats is boxing, right? They need a lot of help, in my opinion. So anyway, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news when it comes to a lot of these champions that people like, and but I gotta be realistic. I gotta tell it like it is. You know what I'm saying? John Booth is 27 years of age. He's 5'7". No, he's 5'10" with a 74-inch arm rate. He's a right-hander. He has 31 wins. Damn, that ain't bad. 29 by knockout. He can easily be considered as a knockout artist with that many knockouts, right? No losses. He's never been stopped, and absolutely no draws, right? As I'm making this point, right, that John Booth Ennis is a good boxer, he also, I said, had the proclivity to duck. Not only did he duck Virgil Ortiz, but he turned right around and ducked Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is another boxer who is on the coincidental list when it comes to perpetrating fraud and ducking. He's a duck too. He's a duck master, and I refer to Jerome Booth as a duck master as well. So, with that being said, here's the opportunity, and it also gives John Booth the opportunity to make good on what one of the reasons, because there was multiple reasons for why he didn't fight Virgil Ortiz, or why he didn't fight Teofimo Lopez, is because he wants to stay at 147 and unify the belts at 147. Again, he is the IBF welterweight champion of the world. Now, his justification for not fighting Virgil Ortiz and Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo Lopez, he said it doesn't make sense. It's not a fight that he can easily justify making with Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo Lopez don't bring nothing to the table, right? And in the sense that Boots alleges that he wants to become undisputed, right? Okay, I grant you that logic, right? The reason why you don't fight Teofimo Lopez because he's a 140 pounder and you're a 147 pounder, and that's the division that you want to become undisputed in. I got that. That makes a little sense, right? But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, you being Jerome Boots Ennis gotta make a fight. You gotta make some positive fights, in the sense that the fighters that you need to challenge are the ones on a higher echelon of the boxing ladder, right? Like Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. is saying that he want to fight um, Jerome Bruce Simmons, right? And here's the deal: they're both world champions. Bruce is IBF. Brian Norman Jr. is WBO, right? Those two fighters can easily unify, right? They don't have to worry about mandatories because they're both world champions. They can skip the the mandatories and fight one another. Any champion that wants to fight another champion, now, they make it kind of easy when it comes to being in a position where you can fight to unify, right? It isn't the promoters that's stopping these fights from being made. It is the boxers. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have to be realistic. Brian Norman Jr. ducked Jerome Bruce Institute, right? So this would make for a darn good fight. It would be a fight that the people want to see. It would be a fight that had a nice paycheck behind it, right? And it would make for an enticing fight because these two gentlemen would be unified. Something that seems to be not happening in boxing anymore. It takes forever to get a division unified. Ain't that crazy? Boxers today do not want to fight one another, and I can go into another a line of interest when it comes to that particular statement, right? And name a whole bunch of boxers, right, with titles, with world titles that do not want to get in the ring with so and so and so and so, yeah, on and on and on, right? But we ain't doing that today. We talking about these two cats. Brian Norman Jr. is 27 years of age. He's 5'8" with a 72-inch arm reach. He's a right-hander. 26 wins, 20 by knockout. He's no losses, never been stopped, no draw. And again, he is the WBO welterweight champion of the world. Now, this makes for an excellent fight because these cats ain't got nothing to do but get in the ring, you know what I'm saying, and do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? That's how. We don't have to talk about the promoters or none of that. Mandatories or none of that, right? All they need to do is agree. You know what I'm saying? All they need to do is agree. The promoters got to say so in it, but in this instance, he has very little to say. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter really is do these cats want to fight? You know what I'm saying? Do they want to get in the ring and risk those titles, right? And that's a big thing to endeavor on as a boxer, right? You're a world champion, and you're going in the ring with another world champion, and somebody got to lose. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that goes through these cats' head, right? They don't think about big risk makes for great reward. My philosophy. You feel me? So that's another reason why we don't have a whole bunch of fights. But that's another thing for another day. We're talking about today. We're talking about Jerome Bruce and Brian Norman. We got to get these cats in the ring, man. You feel me? Because we got to get back to the days when boxers fought boxers. They fought each other, man. Today they ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? This is beginning to be monotonous. You know what I'm saying? That being said, before I get all worked up, right? I need y'all to hit the subscription button, hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and tell me what you think about Jerome Bruce Ennis and Brian Norman Jr. Unifying the belts. And share my video with your friends and relatives. That being said, hey man, I got to go.